Excellent. Right, we are in central Poland at the moment after some terrible, terrible trouble in between the former Soviet Union, the Russians, and NATO. And there's a little skirmish, a little bush war that's just caused a little bit of a problem. A few minor nuclear blasts and a few chemical weapons have gone off, and these guys have been, well, I wouldn't say abandoned, but they've been told you're on your own, and we've been travelling away from the town of Calais. And at the moment, the players are in a very, very, very small town called Turek, which is west of Lodz. And I'm brutally terrible and brutally killing the Polish names, and I'm sorry if you are Polish. So we are over in Turek at the moment. So what happened last session? Well, they're in Turek basically to get some medical supplies and some medical attention for the leader of their party, a American captain, a doctor, and she has been shot in the spine. As they made their way out of Calais looking for medical attention after being brutally dominated when a Russian tank force overwhelmed the camp and destroyed everything that was there, they met a couple of wonderful local hunters. They were cooking some very, very fine meat. Smelled pretty good, actually, but you know, the players, being players, didn't want to interrupt these lovely, lovely people. They rescued a young girl, and between talking to the young girl, who wasn't able to talk back at the time, and to the hunters, learned that in Turek there was a Polish doctor that may be able to help them. So they travelled to Turek. They snuck into the town. They parked their medical humvee in a ruined building. And several of our intrepid players went into the centre of town to meet some of the locals. They met a charming individual called Casper. And Casper, he wants to know things. And he has a bodyguard called Boris, who doesn't say much. Although Rick, one of our American player characters, our PCs, had a little bit of a coming together with Boris. We shall see maybe how that plays out in this session. Anyway, the guys made a bargain with Casper, who is, how can I put it, a local businessman who is able to procure a great many things. He, unfortunately, had a problem. His latest truck supply was due in, but had been held up by a roadblock that has been set up outside of town. And Casper and our intrepid players made a bargain where they would remove the roadblock so the convoy can get in, and in exchange they get the medical supplies that the doctor they found will need to try and save the good captain. So, after a little incident with a local getting killed and a Soviet soldier infiltrating the town itself, that Doddy put down eventually, after a few stressful surprises about how good the Russians are at hand-to-hand combat, and how Doddy must have been seen there because he's normally very, very good with that knife. You managed to secure a rocket launcher. You managed to sneak out to the roadblock. And I shall put you on the map so you guys can see it, because, of course, our player Brian was not here last session. So as you can see, the roadblock is there. They set up a little bit of an ambush. They destroyed the BMP-2. They killed the Russian officer and killed all of the Russian troops that were guarding the roadblock. They saw a cage that Doddy is standing right next to now in the picture, where no one was in, but evidence that people have been put against a wall and shot. There was blood on the rocks just west of the roadblock itself. And that is where we will begin our tale tonight. Rick, who was up in the tree, over here did get shot. Minor flesh wound. A bullet just grazed his forehead. And our intrepid Lieutenant Parker also got shot in the head. Fortunately, it was also just a grazing shot. Nothing too serious, nothing critical, nothing life-threatening. You managed to chase after the Russian officer, and as he tried to escape, and, well, he died of his wounds, unfortunately, just before the players were considering whether to finish him off or whether to let him live.
He had the world's worst nosebleed, if I remember.
He did have a pretty badly up nose, yes. It was like, for you Harry Potter fans, it was like Voldemort's nose. It was gone, basically. It was taken off by gunshots and violence and hell and damnation. Anyway, we will begin our little scene here. So, Brian, you've come out of the tree, and you've all kind of gathered together around the lieutenant's body. You've picked up 5 AK assault rifles, which I'll add into the Humvee's inventory, and a little bit of ammunition. You've also searched... There we go. You've also searched the officer. You found a Russian pistol, 2 rounds of ammunition, and you have a second handheld radio, which means you now have 2. One that you picked up from the Russian soldier in the town, and now one from the Russian officer. You've also pulled out his identification, his papers, and his dog tags. And seeing as Lieutenant Parker is able to speak Russian, you learned his name is Captain Putovsk, and he is a KGB officer, a political officer, a member of the 6th Guards Division, which is quite concerning. You know, normally these political officers, they tend to try and make sure they escape. Actually, he did try and escape, didn't he? Yeah. But for Evan Parker, when you see that name, that surname is familiar. You saw an intelligence report, but his first name, which is Vladimir, definitely is not familiar to that name, but you've definitely heard the name Putovsk before, but you're not sure where. But definitely an intelligence report.
Okay.
And Angelica, you also know the name Putovsk. But you sure the rank you heard was general? Not sure. But anyway, that's another story. So you've gathered all the equipment together. You've just checked each other's wounds. Jake would have checked the wounds that you've taken, and it's minor. You know, you just need rest. You've kind of put some light bandaging around your head, and you're getting a little bit of rest. Is all you're going to need to heal up. So you've secured the roadblock. The BMP-2 is totally destroyed. The little rocket launcher that you used was a good shot. Dolly was straight and true, and you cooked the Soviet soldier that was inside it. And I think we had our first assault rifle kill, and we had our first vehicle kill last session. I think Jake wanted everyone to remember the date, remember the time, and none of you died. So you've cleared the roadblock. Still time. You've cleared the roadblock. You've gathered the equipment. What's the plan?
I seem to recall, didn't we find some kind of notebook as well?
You found orders.
Yeah, orders, that was it.
Yes.
About reinforcements or something.
Reinforcements are on the way. They are looking for someone.
That's right.
Who knows? But yes, reinforcements are on the way. So you guys have to make a decision. You've got to double back, let Casper know, and then he's going to have to, you don't know how, somehow let his men know that the job has been done and that it is safe to bring the medical supplies through. So I guess that you guys will head back to Turek. You parked the Humvee, quarter of a mile away, hidden. So you kind of all march back to Turek. Okay, Brian, if you've got any questions about, because you missed last session, anything you would like to know about last session I've not gone over. You had a little tete-a-tete with Boris in the town when you went to get the rocket launcher. You you went nose to nose, head to head. There'd been a bit of posturing between the two of you, and possibly about a fist fight previously in the session you were on before. The only other thing that you would be aware of is that there was a young girl killed by a Soviet scout that was sneaking into the town, and Doddy managed to kill the Soviet eventually with the help of the radio operator, and they stripped the uniform, and Evan Parker has that Soviet uniform on at the moment, and they hid the two bodies into the town. That was basically the only thing that I haven't gone through and mentioned. Okay. So, anything else you want to know? Ask away. If not, we'll head back to Turek.
No, I feel pretty caught up.
Excellent. Right. So you get back on to the Humvee, and you start heading back into the town of Turek. Are you parking in the same spot, or are you driving a bit closer into the centre of town?
I could leave that up to Rick, seeing he's designated driver for this on the way back.
Yeah, I think we're here. Like, people know we're here. We've got business. Yep. I think it's fine just driving.
Okay. Right,
to a closer parking space to where Casper hangs out.
Just outside of the centre of town. Right, can we just have a nice, very simple, easy driving roll, make sure there's nothing goes wrong on your journey back.
Want to ease you in gradually.
Easy when on the rolls gradually.
Aye, and it's probably a good idea that we didn't park right next to the corpse as well, Mr. Parker. I think that might be too clever, eh? If they find our Humvee right next to the dead Russian.
Sure.
Aye.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so you drive, and perfect, absolutely outstanding driving skills. I think the last time we started off with a load of failures, didn't we, Croy? With your attack on the Russian, and this time
I wasn't here.
We started off with double successes on the driving roll. Yeah, okay, you managed to quite easily and nicely make your way back towards the town of Turek. You move through the rubble, and again, you see that devastation that's there, the destroyed buildings. The smoke, the fire. It is evening time. Yes, you went straight away, didn't you? It's evening time. And you do, as you're driving in, hear a bit more noise in the town as you go through. And as you pull in, you can see the old woman's house just there. You just see her in the window. She's kind of curtains there looking, and kind of, you see her waving at you,
wave at her
through the window, and you see a big beaming smile as she must have known what's going on and seen you have come back safe. So you park up. You can see you're on the edge of the town square, just near her building. You can see the doctor's room across there. You can see the bar. The bar is not as busy as it was when you left. Now, it was probably about 2 hours ago. So it's getting towards later in the evening. It's coming up to midnight. You're all starting to get a little bit tired. But yes, you kind of see that there's something going on as you nicely park the car.
Casually, yeah.
Casually park the car, and the where you parked it before was down an alley or two, parked up. And as you came in, there's definitely people around there. You can see as you park up and get out. See Casper, you see him through the doorway of the bar, and he stood there with his arms crossed. But
Can I Can I change out of that Russian uniform on the way back?
Yes, you can put your British fatigues on, no problem.
My reasoning being that there's a naked Russian body laying with this dead girl.
There was a naked,
and I don't particularly want them to see me climb out of the truck.
Well, let's give it a chance. Would you have dumped the uniform before you went back into town? You still got it in the vehicle with you?
Oh, that's a good question, because it could be useful.
Yeah, I think you probably would have kept it.
And hidden it somewhere in the truck. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So it's not going to be obvious. We'll have shoved it under a seat.
Not to be hanging from the flag.
We don't have.
No.
Yeah. It's not up to be dry cleaned or anything. It's folded up, tucked away.
Okay. Right. So you pull up. Actually, you see Casper, arms folded, looking out, and he doesn't look too happy. But again, he would have heard the explosions, probably heard gunfire from outside of town, so maybe he's concerned. He kind of just glances over at you and kind of waves his hand at you, beckons you over. And as you kind of get out of the vehicle, you see there's a few more people walking around, and you actually see something you didn't see the previous time. You see actually a Polish police officer in a police uniform, and he's just walking out of the doctor's surgery.
Is that the guy that broke up me and Boris?
He probably did break you and Boris up. Yeah, let's say, it's Officer Kaminsky was his name. He spoke good English. But yeah, he would have been the one. He's armed with a pistol, a baton, but he is actually in. It's a little ragged and worn, but it is a Polish National Police uniform. Whether he was actually a police officer pre-war or he's just got the uniform, you didn't really hang around to ask because you had the rocket launcher and you had to get back to your group. So as I said, you see Officer Kaminsky, as you know him, and to the rest of you guys, you see a police officer coming out of where the doctor is treating your captain. So the doctor is Dr. Laskowski. And yes, your Captain Robinson is her name. So yeah, he's coming out and he's heading over towards Casper's bar. So what's the plan? Where are you going? You're going to see Casper first? You're going to see the doctor and the captain. Casper did motion you over.
As we get out, actually, I just look at the other guys and I'll say, do you want to go and tell Casper the good news?
Well, yeah, we need the medicine.
Gotta get the medicine here. Time's running out on us in this town.
See, Jake, kind of go. I'll go and check the captain.
I was going to do that. I was going to do that myself.
All right. Well, you can go over with Jake then.
Yeah.
But Jake will go that way. He gets him kind of out of the way.
Okay.
As he's not here tonight. So yes. Okay. So we're having a Rick and Doddy and Angelica going over to see Casper. Matthew's the radio operator. He's in the drive. He's not in the driver's seat. He's in the passenger seat in front. He's got his gun on his lap. He's kind of okay. I can watch the vehicle. Don't worry. I can watch the van. Don't worry. It's okay. I got it. And Doddy. He did make a couple of good shots against the Soviets. Yeah, they were good. Well, yeah, they weren't bad shots. Yeah, okay. They didn't hit you, Doddy, so they were good shots. They didn't hit you, so they were good shots. It's not non-combative, so, yeah. Okay, so we'll go over with Doddy, Rick, and Angelica if she's going over to see Casper.
I'll go with.
Okay. The rocket launcher you've got, it's a one-shot usage, so it's no good. Whether you left it there, would you have left it there, Doddy? The rocket launcher case.
I still got it.
No, you've probably got it. So it's probably in the. Are you going to give it back to him, or just leave it in the van?
I'm going to go and ask for a refill.
Okay, right. Yeah, not experts, right? Okay, that's okay. Right, so you head over. You can see the police officer just talking to to Casper in Polish, and they both kind of look as you approach them. Ah, my friends! We heard an explosion. They heard gunfire. I take it you were successful. Yes?
Aye, it worked just like you said it would.
I think he looks around. Boris! He's not here. Oh, yeah. There you go. This is the American. You still want to fight Boris, don't you? Good job he's not here. Well, I'm glad that you are successful. We have a little problem in town that, well, maybe the good officer may want to speak to you about. But you have dispatched the Russians, yes? Killed them all?
Yes.
Excellent. He kind of turns and motions to a kid that was in the back of the bar, no more about the 15, 16, and kind of calls him out, come. And he kind of goes, head to the convoy. Tell them to bring the supplies in now. Yes. And he kind of goes, and you see him getting onto a dirt bike from around the alleyway, and he kind of goes zooming out of the town on this dirt bike. The truck is about 30, 35 minutes away from the town. It won't take him that long to get there. We'll get the supplies in, and then you'll have the pick of the medical supplies. Hopefully your officer survives. Until then, thank you for dispatching the Russians. We don't like the Russians too much here.
Casper,
you must excuse Boris. Yes.
We didn't clear the bodies out the way. They're still on the road. All their stuff's still there. If you were worried about reprisals, I wonder maybe if your people might want to do something. It's a bit of a bloody mess.
I shall make sure someone goes out there and checks them out. As long as you killed all the Russians, it does not matter. We're not expecting any more Russian troops this way for a while. They are too busy hunting you English and Americans.
Aye, that's right. Us English. That's good, Casper. Aye.
That's right. Yes. You English and Americans. Yes. They will be hunting yours in Killy's. We're not expecting any more troops coming this way, but that is life. Anyway, officer, these are the friends of ours that have assisted us with a small inconvenience outside of town. I will leave you with the officer here. I need to go and get on with things. But when you are done, if you want to come for a drink, I have some exceptional vodka that may wash down the dust of battle. I understand that battle can clog up the nose and the throat, and there is fear, there is vomit, there is blood. So maybe you come and have a drink with me, a drink on the house. Perhaps we can discuss more business. There may be something that I can do for you. And there may be something more that you can do for me. My truck is going to be unloading and then heading back out. Perhaps you'll be going the same direction, but we will talk later. I shall leave you with the officer. He kind of turns and walks back into the bar. You can see this Polish police officer. He looks mid-20s, maybe. He looks a little young for it. Could even be younger. You'd have thought, though, anyone his sort of age would have been conscripted by the Polish military. His uniform does seem a little big on him. And, he's got a pistol and a baton in a holster. Nice Polish police badge on his jacket. You are Americans? Yes?
Well, one of us is.
We discovered a body about 40 minutes ago.
Oh, there's some more bodies up the road.
Yes, well, this is...
if you're looking for bodies.
Please. This is a 15-year-old girl that had her throat slit.
That's sad.
And we found, and he pulls out something wrapped up, and he kind of unwraps it, and you see it's a US Army issue combat knife. You see there's blood all on the blade. We found this nearby. And he just kind of looks you over just to see if you've got a knife. Do you have a knife in your equipment? You do, don't you?
Yeah, I pull out my knife. I'm like, got mine.
He kind of looks at Evan and looks at Doddy, and he looks at Angelica. Excuse us, miss. This is terrible business. Now, we believe this was the murder weapon. And we have not found anyone potentially that did it. The blood has been identified as the girl's. Did you see anything when you were in earlier? And he kind of just looks you all over. Anything? As you can imagine, the murder, gunfire and war is one thing, but to slit the throat of a 15-year-old girl with an American knife kind of is disturbing to us here. We are in war, but it is a peaceful-ish town.
I understand, but it's strange. I look around this town and I see a lot of Soviet weapons. Does that mean that everybody uses one as a Soviet?
No. Soviet, Polish weapons. Before the breakup, we all used Soviet weapons.
Sure. And now that the Soviets have killed a significant amount of Americans in this war zone, do you think it might be possible they might have picked up an American knife?
Anything is possible. But we are looking, and you were in town earlier, and the girl died earlier. She had her clothes taken from her, her throat was slit, and just trying to identify who did this. War is a terrible, terrible place, and this is a terrible business. But
Officer,
murder is far worse. Yes.
Kaminsky, do you know what it is that we kill?
Russians?
It's fucking Russians, my friend. That is what we do. And if you would like to take exception to that, then I will be having a word with Mr. Parker, and we'll be hightailing it out of your town. Now, kindly, would you please walk with us so we can go and see what is happening to our good doctor?
Oh, so you know nothing. That is fine. I shall continue my investigation. Please. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, as I walk away, you figure out who did it, you come let me know, and I'll help you deal with it.
If we find out who it was, they will either face the hangman's noose or a firing squad. But thank you. Thank you. He just kind of turns and steps away. Heads back into the bar, going to chat with Casper, leaving the four of you outside. Sorry, three of you outside. You head over to the doctor's?
Yeah, in the street, as we're walking and as we're out of earshot from everybody, and I quietly say to Rick and Angelica, this stinks. This absolutely reeks.
Yeah.
I think we need to finish our business here and get out.
Aye.
Okay. Head across to the doctors. You all hear thunder in distance. Have a look up. It's a fairly clear night. Can you all make a roll for me, please? What shall we have? If you could make a recon roll, please. Each of you make a recon roll.
You want me to do one as well?
Yeah. You might as well. You would hear
still did it.
Flipping heck.
Rolling successes with one die.
Wow. Apart from Doddy.
It'll make up for my misses.
Yeah. Okay. Rick and Angelica. That's not thunder you hear. That's artillery. And at that point, there are half a dozen shell bursts in the area. You kind of get thrown to the ground, not too close to you, but you can see several buildings have been hit. You can see your Humvee kind of gets rolled as one of the shells impacted into the Russian woman's building. Fire and smoke and stone goes everywhere. 3 or 4 other shells hit in and around the town area, but that was the closest to the town square. And so you see your Humvee go there. You see an M16, an American
AK
assault rifle go rolling over the bonnets, and you don't see sparks anywhere. The Humvee doesn't get hit, but it's knocked and blown over onto its side, and there's a huge fire now burning with the woman. There's screams and a ring of a bell, and you can see glass is broken in some of the nearby buildings. A couple of the oil drums that had the flames coming in have been knocked over, and there's crying and screaming. You, Evan, inside, hear explosions outside. You don't know what the hell happened, but there's definitely something, like a bomb's gone off outside. You can see Jake is just in with the captain. He kind of leaps on top of her and covering the captain, and you see dust kind of comes down from the ceiling, and the building shakes. Okay. What are you guys doing?
I'm grabbing whatever weapons I'm carrying. I'm gonna stick my head through the door. I'm gonna push the door open slightly and have a look out into the street to see what I can see.
Okay, you can see.
Assuming that the front to this building.
Yeah, the front of this building is fine. Yeah, the door rattles a bit, but yeah, you open it, and as you kind of look out over where the Humvee was, the building, which is where the Polish woman took you in for crappy thin coffee, you can see that is partially demolished. Looks like something impacted into the building itself. You see your medical Humvee kind of rolled onto its side. Shitty luck you parking there. If you hadn't parked there, your Humvee wouldn't have got hit. Sucks, really. Life's a bitch. You can see there. You can see a gun.
Michael's actually,
and you can see an arm hanging out of the passenger side door, but the Humvee is on its roof. So the back's partially collapsed in because it's just a metal framework and a canvas, and there is lots of holes into the canvas backing. And you can see your companions out there kind of just on the ground looking and just kind of you guys are all a little bit dazed as you kind of get into, that sort of sense of shit. That was a fucking shell. It sounded, yeah, and your ears are ringing. Kind of looking up, and you see the devastation on the area just near where you parked the Humvee. Okay.
What is the radio operator's dude's name again?
Michaels.
All right.
Anthony Michaels.
I look at Dottie and I'm like, check on Michaels, and then I run into the old woman's house to try and get her out.
As you kind of run over there, Dottie, I think you're going to go over to the Humvee, are you?
Yeah,
it's not on fire. Angelica, what are you doing?
I'm actually going the other way, so I'm just yelling, "Take cover!" and I'm actually running into the doctor's office.
Okay, so you run, and you see Parker opening a door, and he's there again. Right, okay. Rick, you kind of go running across, and you see the whole front of the building has collapsed. It looks like the shell kind of went in through the roof. You can see at least one body in amongst the rubble. Looks like it's the woman, but it's her clothes, but you can't tell anything from there. And you kind of get up there. The door's all being caved in, but you can climb onto the rubble and look. Dottie, you kind of get over to the Humvee at the same time, and you can see Michaels, and he has taken some damage. It seems that he took some shrapnel damage, and he looks bloodied, bleeding, and hurt.
Michaels.
That's what you get for parking. Okay, he's unconscious, totally unconscious.
Hey,
He's
son,
unconscious.
come on. And I'm looking at him.
Okay.
Can I make an estimate of his prognosis?
He is badly injured. If you make a medical aid roll, you can stabilize those wounds and make sure.
No, I can't.
Okay, you're right. You are almost a little bit of a panic because he's not responsive, and he's definitely very badly injured.
Can I say
he needs medical treatment?
Can I say what it is that stops Duddy from doing it, rather than it isn't panic? He looks at him, and he knows he can't do anything. So he, if it was a sheep or a cow, maybe, but he picks it up. He just picks him up as best he can.
Yeah.
And he just sees blood, and he just picks him up, and he just walks him across the street towards the doctors.
Okay, cool. Yeah, walking across the street. That's fine. That's perfectly within the character that you've got there. Okay, Rick, you kind of go climbing up there. Can you make a mobility roll, please?
Yep.
Wow, these rolls are fantastic. Yeah, you kind of leap and climb onto the building. You can see fire a bit further in. As you kind of start clearing some of the rubble, you can see it is the old woman there, and you just kind of quickly going, and a bit of rubble kind of has collapsed part of her head in, and she is definitely dead. You can hear more ringing of bells, and you can hear now a horse and something moving towards the building. Just having a quick look around, you can see the young girl that you rescued from the hunters. She was also left with the old woman, and as you kind of look a bit further, you see again her body there, and again it doesn't look good. You also see a shell a bit further up towards the back of there, and it's intact. So whether two shells impacted and one didn't go off for some reason, but there's a shell there, and looking at it, it's a Russian caliber heavy weapon shell. Okay. So, Angelica, you go running across to the doctors. You see Parker opening the door, and Evan, you have seen this scene outside. You see Doddy go running to the humvee, and you see Rick go running towards the building.
So I shout at Angelica, go help Jake with the captain. And I'm going to go through the building. I'm looking for the doctor. Do I know if the doctor's here?
Yes, he is. He was in doing his rounds and checking his patients.
Okay.
You hadn't got to talk to him. He was standing next to another police officer, another young police officer who was stood outside a doorway of one of the other rooms just as the explosion went off. He kind of turns and he's now grabbing a doctor's bag, and he's almost running out of the building, and he kind of says, "Get out of the way!" And kind of almost pushes past the two of you. You can see Jake in the other room. Door is open, and he's just got his body covering the captain. Still a bit more dust and masonry dust kind of sliding down. The room and the building itself looks fairly stable. It hasn't taken a hit this time, and it looks like it was one of the buildings that wasn't damaged due to the effects of the war.
Yeah, so I shout, grab the captain! And I'm shouting after the doctor, they're here for you. Why are they here for you?
I have to go and help people. We'll talk in a minute. And he goes running past you and out.
I'm going to chase after him.
Okay, yeah. He's kind of, now at this point, you see Doddy is walking over with a body. Oh, why are they after me? Yes, he's carrying a body. Why are they after me? He says, he kind of says, hey, put him down.
And I'm
soldier, put him down.
Not in the street.
It's fine. It's like, okay, we need to check him. I need to assess him. And he quickly... Okay, he quickly opens up the patch, opens up the pack. He kind of pulls open, and yeah, he attaches. He's taken some wounds, but it is not serious. He is alive, and he kind of patches him up with some bandages. You see, he pulls out a needle. My last penicillin. Injects him. You know, I will have to remove some shrapnel. And he kind of, but he's stable. Keep watch on him. Make sure nothing else hits him. And the doctor kind of grabs his bag. You, with me, pointing at you, Parker. And he's running over now towards the collapsed building. You can see Rick is he's climbed up the rubble onto the first floor. And he's kind of he's almost stopped, and he's looked down, and he's looking ahead, and that's where he stopped.
Okay.
Rick.
Sorry, carry on with Rick.
Oh, go on, you Karen. What are you?
I'm kind of looking. I'm looking to go across at Dottie, and I'm just saying to him, "There'll be range fighting. We need to get the fuck out of here." And I'm then chasing after the doctor when we.
Okay. Right, you can now see through one of the side streets a horse leading a cart, which is painted red, and it's got a wheel on it, and looks like there's a fuel drum on it of some description, a hose. And there's a one single guy that's in like you'd acquaint it to 1930s, fire uniform in the style of it. It's got a gold hat, the helmet that's kind of rounded and sloped at the back. It's a classic. And the fire engine must be a classic as well.
This story, guys.
And he's kind of riding or urging the horse to go on. Johnny, you kind of look around and there's a wheel on that, a pump. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it could work. Yeah. It might work.
Stop it. I don't want to get too attached to this guy because I know you're going to kill him in a minute.
Me? Goodness me. If you hadn't parked anywhere else, if you said I was going to park outside Casper's or I was going to park in the alleyway. Right. We'll go back to Rick. Rick. Okay, you're kind of up there and you're stood looking at this unexploded ordnance. And you can see there's definitely evidence of multiple shell hits into here. And that one is kind of there and it's kind of just, you kind of almost, okay. Might not be a good idea to climb on. And you hear more commotion from behind you as more people are coming to help, it seems. What do you do?
I'm probably not high enough to get any indication of like where the enemy is, am I?
Looking
if I do a quick scan.
Looking at the shell, I mean, you can't see any enemy close. Looking at the shell, as you're looking around, the shell is 155 millimeter shell. So they could be 20, 30 kilometers away.
Okay.
This is not a close weapon. It's not a mortar shell that's gone off. It's a howitzer shell.
I turn and scramble back down. I look at the doctor and I shake my head. And then...
I have to check. Is it the madam? Yes?
She's dead. You don't have to check.
Is there anyone else in there? We have to go and see if there's anyone else.
No one alive. Not unless you want to dig out the whole building.
No, we will.
I saw two dead.
We have to dig out the building. We have to check.
Well, the bigger problem right now is that was a howitzer shell, and it's probably not the last one.
Shit. You can see at this point this horse-drawn fire engine kind of pulls up, and you see this it's an older guy. He must be 60s, 70s, in a Polish fire outfit, and he's kind of there, and he's got this wheel, and he's just kind of.
I just turn and look at him. I'm like, no, stop. What? Grandpa, you need to find cover. Everybody else needs to get off the streets.
Fire! And you see, there is a building. We must stay for the town. I have hose. I have water. You look strong. Pump.
No, I just start looking for the rest of my group. We need to get out of here. I just walk past him. Like, if they want to try and save the town, that's fine. But, like, they're going to get people killed.
Okay. All right. Right. Okay,
I told them what's happening. If they don't want to listen, that's on them.
Okay. Well, you can see the old man seems to be pulling out this hose and aiming, starting to aim it from there. And he kind of pulls off his belt a stand, ducks it into the ground. It's like a V shape, and he kind of puts the hose into it, and he goes back to the fire engine. He starts pumping up and down. You see some water coming out now, spraying. It kind of sprays in the direction you want. He kind of stops pumping, goes over, and starts to adjust the point. Then you see some more people are starting to come over now, and then you see another Polish guy starts pumping on the old pump of the fire engine. Meanwhile, Angelica, you're in the doctors with Jake. You see Jake just kind of gets up, just kind of shakes his head from the dust out there, and he just does a check on her. She's still alive. What the hell happened out there?
At this point, I'm rushing out after Parker. So
okay, yeah, Jake right. As you kind of turn and kind of head back out. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm chasing down the doctor too. So now Parker.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
We gotta get to the doctor here. So I guess I'm assuming that I tackle the doctor or somehow.
You kind of all meet up in the middle. Doddy's there, with the radio operator. The doctor's kind of there looking at where he's going next. More people are coming out of the buildings now. You can see Casper ordering some people to go and help the fire engine. The only one you can't see is Boris anywhere.
At this point, I'm not worried about Boris, but kind of roughly grabbing the doctor and
Hey, I have to help. What?
Oh no! We ran into some KGB officers on the outskirts, and they can only be here for one reason. They're looking for you.
Oh,
if you want to come with us, our best to protect you. I'll do my best to see that you're treated well, but if you stay here, I guarantee you are not going to be treated well. GB has no empathy, even for doctors trying to make up for past sins. So either you're coming with us or...
He kind of looks over at your humvee. You think you're going anywhere right now?
We're going somewhere.
He kind of turns to Parker. What is going on? Is your friend KGB, or what is going on?
Mute.
You're muted.
You're muted, Mark.
I am. I was looking.
Hey!
I mute myself on a microphone for a change. I'm just saying. Well, you can talk about this later. I need to get off the fucking street right now. Okay.
Okay, we go back to your. Have you got the medical supplies?
We haven't fucking got anything.
You've told Casper what you did, though, yes? Did he send someone out to get the medical supplies?
It doesn't make any bloody difference right now. The Soviets are coming. They're coming here. They're coming for you.
But what about your captain?
Move.
You move or you kill her. This man needs to be checked. I need his wounds treated. He has shrapnel wounds in his side. He is going to live, but I need to remove them so their wounds do not get infected.
Mr.
This
Parker.
is what happened to your captain.
I can take a look over there and see if I can right the Humvee so we can get out of here, like you said, sir.
Yeah, see to it, Dodd.
Okay. You see, Rick, you kind of head over and meet with the group. And at this point, you kind of get there.
Oh, we need to get Michael's inside, but we can't stay here.
Where are these KGB? You said they are coming. Where are they coming from?
They're all around us. So, like I said, if you come with us, we'll do our best to protect you. But
I don't think you understand. They don't need to be coming. They just hit us with the first howitzer salvo from 20 to 30 kilometers away. They're going to get the range and they're going to get it right. They know the layout of this town now, probably from, hey, Boris, the ex-KGB guy, and they're going to try to murder you. Notice how Boris isn't anywhere around here?
Boris is KGB?
That's what Casper said, that he was ex-KGB. So...
I do not know. Okay, let's just get him inside. We get inside first. Let me take a look at your man and make sure he lives.
The man is on the street.
2 minutes.
I can't decide now whether going into the doctor's surgery is a great idea, seeing as if they're trying to kill this guy.
Right, that's where the shells are going to be going.
Yeah, right. No. Name it Casper's.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So, Dottie, you're going over to the Humvee.
Yeah.
Rick, Angelica, and Evan, you're taking the doctor and the radio operator over to Casper's. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
well, I'll say to Rick, actually, Rick, we need to go and get the captain. Will you help?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If you move her, you
gonna-
kill her.
If she stays there, she's dead.
He curses in Polish. She is one of yours. You decide what you do with her. You move her, you will kill her. You have that on your conscience if you do. Forget the medical supplies. She just needs a small operation. It will take no more than an hour. Can you find out where the Russians are coming from? Are they going to continue shelling? If they want me alive, why would they shell? Or do they want me dead?
Maybe they don't want you alive. We don't know.
Who says they want you alive? Who says they care about anybody in this town?
If they know that I am who I am, if they know my past, they will not shell. They will want me alive. I guarantee it.
They literally just did shell. Like, they blew up a house a block from your office.
It's a block. I do not know accuracy. I dealt in things that... I dealt in things that should not have been. Wrong.
You think they want to take you alive, do you?
He kind of looks you over, almost as if he's trying to consider whether there is trust there. And he kind of looks over at Doddy heading over to the Humvee and Rick and the fact you're trying to take the...
Can I tell that he whether or not he's trying to trust us? Is that something that I would using? I don't know. I got psyops and all that kind of shit going on, haven't I? So
all that kind of shit. That's very, 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 very strange.
It's a very particular skill set.
It is. I
make an empathy roll.
I maybe know psychology. That might be my thing. Is where I'm going.
Yeah. Make an empathy roll. Yeah. Well, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
A success. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He is. It's almost like he's wanting to tell you something.
Yeah.
He's kind of struggling. Is it right? Can he trust you? Are you good people?
And I'll remind him. We need to trust you to look after our personnel. So
he kind of
not trusting us.
Come to the door. I do not want others to hear this.
Okay, we'll grab Michael's and we'll drag him in towards the doctors then if we head that way.
Okay. All right, gets you to the doorway. Take him inside. He kind of to Angelica. Can you manage him inside?
Here.
And he kind of looks at Rick and Evan as if he's not sure he trusts the woman. Yeah, you definitely get some vibes. He's kind of holding back. Take her inside, please, miss.
I kind of look imploringly at Angelica. Please.
So then I will. If you do that, then I will. Yep. All right.
Okay, right. You take him inside. Yeah. Okay, you can always make a recon roll to see if you can hear.
X-ray hearing, my friend.
Awesome.
Absolutely everything.
Absolutely. Nicely done. Okay, yeah. You can see you're just inside the door. You've taken him in and you hand him off to one of them. You kind of ears by the door, kind of listening. See the doctor. He kind of looks at you, you and Rick. Look, you two seem good people. You wanted to help your officer. I respect that. They will not kill me. They will want me. Many years ago, I worked for the communist Polish government. I worked in their weapon research department, working alongside the Soviets. I helped develop and refine several biological and chemical weapons. Some called me Dr. Death of the Polish secret weapons development program. I helped Russians develop weapons that were used on your forces, your people.
Oh, yeah.
They were used on innocent people. When the Soviet Union broke up, when things happened, the program got closed down. Democracy and the new government did not want these things as part of our arsenal. The Russians had taken most of what we had. The Poles, we had some hidden stockpiles, but they were well hidden away and not used. It would take a few months to get them back into a deployable stage. I left the program when they closed it down. I came home. I want to make up for what I did. I have been helping these people. This is my town. These are my people.
But why do they want you now? Do you think they've gotten a hold of some of these caches?
If the Russians know I am here, I will be an asset. The Russians, they had more stockpile of chemical weapons than you Americans did, more than your governments knew. If they know I'm here, they will want me to maybe weaponize something. It would indicate they have chemical weapons. I cannot stay here. I will go with you. But I must check these people and make sure they are going to be okay. I need to operate on your captain to make sure she survives. Because if I cannot help people, if I cannot do the right thing now and make up for some of the things that I should not have done in the past. You Americans, you were our enemies once. We became friends. Poland and America became friends. You came to our aid when the Soviets attacked my country. I appreciate that. I will look after your doctor. If you get your vehicle done, as soon as we have the medical supplies, the antibiotics, if Casper has sent word to get them, they will be here shortly. The closest Soviet forces that I was aware of was in Kalisz. They were the ones that broke through and killed all you Americans.
That's easily within range.
But if they know I'm here, if Boris is KGB, you need to stop Boris. If he is the one directing this fire and pinpointing it to places around here, you need to stop him. You stop him, we may get out of here alive.
Oh, you think he's still in town?
Yeah, at that, I just left. I'm going over to see Casper.
Okay, cool. Right, Doddy, you're at the Humvee. You kind of assess the damage. You have got some mechanical skills, haven't you, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Let's use some of those mechanical skills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Combat engineer, I've got blacksmith.
No, just make a tech roll, please.
Tech roll, okay.
We'll give yourself +1 because there are tools that you can use in the back of the Humvee. There is a vehicle toolkit there. Nice. Okay. If you write it over, you spend 5-10 minutes looking at it. No engine damage. A lot of the back has been wrecked. You've got one of the jerry cans is leaking. It's taken a shrapnel shell, and most of the fuel has leaked out, but it's on the floor. There is one, I think there's one full jerry can that's not been damaged. Your Humvee had something like 76 litres of fuel in jerry cans. You gave 20 to Casper, I believe. So you've lost 16 litres of fuel, basically. One of the tyres has a puncture, but you do have a spare on the back. It will take you 10 minutes to change it, or if you can get the Humvee righted. To right it, you're going to need some sort of pulley system or something to help you get it over. They're fairly heavy as machinery. Or, 15 people may be able to do it with some tools.
Yeah, I've got skill. I mean, Doddy is an agricultural farmer, pulling shit out of ditches and fixing them up was kind of his jam. So he's looking about in the buildings. He's assessing what you said about winches. He knows the weight of the machine. He knows exactly what needs to be done in terms of leverage. He knows the points to attach it. But he also would know if it was a good idea to change the wheel before he righted it. I actually don't know, but Doddy would. If anybody can assist with that, then he would do that. If you change the wheel before you right it, you damn got to jack it up. So yeah, you could probably change the wheel. Yeah, so Doddy would. That's easy to do. Okay. So the first thing, he would make that assessment. He'd look around. He'd check to see that there was a building intact nearby, maybe a street lamp or I don't know, something, door frame or anything that you could attach a beam to in a winch or something. He would know what to do. He would know how to do this. Yeah, there's a winch on the front of the winch on the front of the Humvee. You may be able to use the winch, pull it around a lamppost. And do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So make that assessment. Make the assessment about the tire, and I would I would go. I would make a start on it, believing that I could change the tire, believing that I could do all that. I would just get the job done. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You start working on the tire. You almost. It's almost like for you with your mechanical and blacksmithing and farming past. It's almost like taking that horror that war is, and it kind of almost makes you feel that you're back home, a problem that you can solve with your own hands, with your own hard work. So yeah, you kind of get on with that. And yeah, start changing the tire, getting the tire off, undoing the nuts, and doing the bits we've done. Right, we'll leave you there. Rick, you kind of go rushing over to the bar. You can see Casper is inside. He seems to be directing some people, getting some buckets. He's making sure there's no holes in, and you can see they are working on getting equipment. So he does see you come running in. Do you know anything about explosives and bombs and how to disarm something?
That's a big question, isn't it?
There's a shell up in the building. We must make it safe. Are you an expert?
I don't think any of us are munitions experts.
Dottie is.
You know Dottie is.
Oh, is Dottie?
Dottie has combat engineer. He is good at placing and disarming mines and explosive devices.
So yeah, Dottie is. Maybe we should change places because I can work on the truck.
Well, we need him. Boris! Boris, where are you, you lummox?
It's a really good question. Where is Boris?
I do not know. I haven't seen. Maybe he was in the building.
Maybe
Boris.
he's spotting for the artillery.
Artillery? It was not a bomb. I heard thunder, but
no, it was artillery. I've seen one of the shells.
That is the thing in the house. Yes.
Yes.
You went there. You knew it was there. And you did not say.
Well, I didn't think anybody would mess with it. Kind of in a hurry here.
Of course we will mess with it. This is our town.
Casper, do you realize we could get shelled again any second? So it would be very helpful if you could maybe, I don't know, tell us where Boris went.
We could get shelled? You think we do not know that? We have been in this war for years now. Boris, he went out looking for someone. He said he was expecting a friend. Meeting a friend or something.
Did he have give any indication of where? Is there some place that he likes to frequent in town? Does he have Does he have an apartment? Like, anything will help.
Yeah, down there is a building, 55 on that street there, number 55. It is a red door. Funny freaking red door. Boris, that is where he would be if he is not working. He normally spends his time here. But,
all right, I will go look for him. I will tell Dodd to come take a look at the shell in the building.
Ivanka is not here. Maybe she is with him. I don't know.
Ivanka's not here either, so it could be her.
One of the girls, Doddie's favorite. You know, she gives good service, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
All right. Doddy, your friend.
I'll tell him.
The Englishman, yes?
Yes.
Yes,
well,
good.
no, but yes.
No?
What?
He's not English? I don't know. Is he American?
Kinda.
Is he the American?
No.
I thought he was the doctor. I do not know. I am.
Keep your people away from it. We'll try and take care of it, and I'll go look for Boris.
Right, okay. He kind of goes, his name is just starts yelling in Polish. We're trying to get the fires out of the way, but yes, we'll work on it. I will send out men to look. You say, is this going to happen again? Then maybe you said you were looking. Why were you after Boris? Do not worry. You get
the
Boris.
One who said he used to be KGB.
Well, everyone was KGB or U.S. Army or Polish militia or Moroda. Anyone. Sometimes.
Here, let me sum it up for you very quickly. We found a
Boris
notebook.
Is still with KGB?
Can you be quiet for a second, Casper?
Of course.
1 second.
Yes, of course I can be quiet.
we found a notebook at your roadblock. There was a KGB agent who was looking for somebody in this town. The only KGB or ex-KGB person we know about in this town is Boris. I know you like him. I know he's your bum boy, but he's probably the one who is signaling the artillery to fire on this town.
What is this bum boy?
He's your favorite lapdog. You understand lapdog? What? Same
lap
thing.
Dancer?
Same thing.
Is that like lap dancer, lapdog?
No. Oh my God, Casper.
My English is good, but you have your accent. It's worse. The English. They don't even
understand. I understand your accent. I get it.
Boris, his house is down there.
Seems like you care about this place. So
I do.
I told you
I have
what's
to
happening.
go help.
I'm gonna go look for Boris. I'll tell Dodd to come look at the show.
Get your man and he help.
Okay.
Yes, good.
Take care of your people.
I look after you.
I'm leaving now. Okay.
Yes, good. Go. Find Boris.
So yeah, I walk out. I head for the building. You go. Is
past.
Angelique still outside?
Okay, as you come
The
in the way
doctor's
from there,
office?
the doctor Angelique is in the doctor's office. Still hasn't come out yet. You see, Dottie is at the moment taking the wheel off the Hummer, and looks like he's trying to replace the wheel on the Hummer, and it's still on its roof.
So I'm running, and I'm like, Dodd, there's an unexploded shell in that building. Can you please take care of it? And then I run into the doctor's office. I need hands. I need guns. Whoever's coming, they need to come now. And then I run out.
You've just got the wheel on, Dottie. Unexploded bomb. Skippy, it's down the well. I mean, no.
Dottie can't do anything about an unexploded bomb until he's got all his kit, and his kit's in the upturned vehicle, so he can only do what he can do in the time that he's able to do it, and he's just going to have to continue.
That's fine. I didn't make any guarantees.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm
like,
trying to get you to look at it.
And I look at.
There was no time frame.
I look at Rick, and I look at Rick as he.
Time frame.
I'm just busy kind of wrenching the wheel.
If it's like a week from now, it's fine. It's fine.
And
chaos everywhere.
Yeah, Dottie's so he's watching, just listening, watching as he run past, shouting this thing, and he's just like continuing to get this thing on, and he just goes like this. He just goes, aye, all right, I'll get it, aye.
Right, back to Angelique. Angelique, you
grab my rifle and let's roll.
Yeah. You basically hear Rick go moving off. The conversation ended. You kind of come out straight away. You see Rick running off to Casper's, and then a few minutes later, you're kind of just keeping an eye on the good doctor, and you can see he's now come running back. He goes over to Dottie and he starts running towards the three of you. The doctor at the moment is just getting his checking his kit and ready to go inside to work on the radio operator. So yes, Rick, you kind of catch up with Parker, and it's a bit chaotic at the moment. There's smoke and fire burning, and the building where the old woman is in a hell of a state. You can see Dottie is taking the wheel off the Hummer and he's just put a new wheel back onto it. You don't know what he's doing, Parker, but obviously it's important.
I'm sure that has something to do with the unexploded bomb somewhere.
Okay, so you get back to Parker and to Angelica. You say, get your guns. What do you say? What are you saying to your officer in command?
I might know where Boris is.
Boris?
The ex-KGB guy who's probably spotting for the
Hey, sure. Where is he?
Well, come on, let's go get him.
I grabbed the AK-47 that I salvaged from the wreck and stick a clip in, and I'm chasing after Rick.
Okay, and Angelica, you're grabbing your rifle out and you're going with them. Not that your rifle's very good at close range, but we'll worry about that as we go on.
We may not need to get close.
My pistol in my boot, remember?
Pistol in your boot, that's right. Okay, you kind of go running off around the corner, and Dottie, you kind of just got this wheel on. You just see, Rick and Parker and Angelica go round the corner, and there's just this, chaos going on. There's the firemen still trying to get the hose working on the fires. Seems to be some shouting and someone climbing up onto the rocks and kind of just looking at something up there as you'll continue to work on the Hummer. the three of you are heading, looking for Boris. Okay. You head down the street and you find the red door, which you were indicated. 55 on it. I think it was 55.
Yeah, that'll do.
It's closed.
Close enough.
It's closed. It's looks like it leads down into a basement apartment or basement flat. You can see a barred window. It looks like it's got a curtain over it. You can't see in. What's the plan, Mr. Parker?
I always get twitchy when somebody mentions barred.
Okay.
Anyway.
I mean, we got to get in there, so.
By the front door.
Try it. I would try it. Try it.
Okay. You try the door. It's locked. There is a keyhole there.
Anyone have any skills they haven't told anybody about?
I do.
Funny that. We could
How am I unsurprised?
Strain, I thought I had a lockpick kit, but I don't see it in my gear.
It's not on your character. I've got to put one into the game, but you do have one. You'll get a plus to your tech roll for opening.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Okay.
Roll.
Well, that's a neat trick there, isn't it?
It's amazing what you get in war-torn Poland. Frickin' hell!
Wow.
I don't think it was locked. I think I just didn't that well enough.
No,
It wasn't locked.
It's the quickest lock you've opened in your time as a locksmith.
And that kind of opens locks occasionally.
A locksmith, yes. You managed to quickly and quietly click the lock open and just push the door, and you see it's dark, but there is some light further in. And so it's just a small corridor, and there's a door just into the left.
Light.
So I'm gonna try to infiltrate.
Okay. Make a recon roll.
A +1 on that, or
if you've got stealth.
Trainer.
Yep. Frickin' hell. Jeez. Okay, yeah, you. Hang on. What did you get? 3 successes there? He's going to get maybe. Where are you? Oh dear. Okay.
What?
You get down to the door and you hear and some kind of groans and some moans from in the room. It sounds like whoever's in there. What's darling? Yes, sir. It's being entertained by yeah.
So it's not Boris.
Well, you don't know. You hear some Russian
on the man.
You hear some,
I know.
Some Russian.
I'm just
Stalin,
like,
Stalin, yes, something like that. Yeah. You hear?
Yeah.
I am the Stalin. Yes.
I'm British, right? So I'm going to look a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
And suggest that we come back when he's finished.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, that makes sense. Well, good on him, I guess. We should.
Well,
we should leave.
Yes.
I have no empathy, so I'm trying the door.
Okay.
Okay, the door's not locked. You can open it and you can push the door there. You can see the back of Boris, and you assume it's Boris because there is a Soviet star tattooed on his back between his shoulder blades, and a large knife down one arm tattooed, and some other symbolism on his arms, and his lower back it's got some scars on it. He's tattooing, and he is. How can I put it politely? He's dancing.
Tattooing.
He's dancing the light fantastic. He's doing the Bolshoi ballet.
They're making the beast with two backs.
He is, yeah.
All right, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue in the room, trying to remain undetected.
You are totally undetected.
I'm gone. Like what? Why?
Then
I'm just going to be putting him from.
I'm just gonna draw my pistol then and sneak up behind him and in the back of the head. I'm not gonna shoot him. I'm just gonna say, what I'm gonna say. I didn't think I'd get this far without violence. To be honest with you,
he's a trifle busy,
distracted. Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
What is this character's name again? Boris.
Yeah.
Boris. Big Boris. He's a big guy. He's quite muscular, very broad, short hair.
So I draw my pistol up to the back of his neck and at Boris.
It kind of stops.
Comes over. Stops.
He stops. Yeah. You see from don't stop. Yeah, in Polish from some female face. No, don't stop.
I ignore her, so...
Okay, you can see he kind of just... You want to join in? Is that it?
You're coming with us. You're coming with us, big boy. Get up, get dressed.
Yeah. I will need to move the gun then.
And I'll take a step or two back. Steps back.
Okay, see, stands up, kind of throws a sheet over the woman. The guy turns and stands there in his full magnificence. No shame there. Everything kind of just hanging out. He kind of just looks you over.
Dressed, of course.
You're gonna finish it off? He just kind of looks down between his legs.
Get dressed, Boris.
Brazen.
Okay, you guys can, Evan, you can kind of hear this, a little bit of commotion from inside. So he gets a pair of trousers and puts them on. You can see he grabs a shirt and puts it on. You see he goes for his jacket, and you can see there is a pistol in a holster by his jacket.
Of course, I wouldn't try it.
I'm going to kill you. You know that.
Can I step through the door with the assault rifle, kind of the AK-47 pointing at him at that point?
You can do.
Yeah.
When I finish, I'm going to shove my pistol where the sun don't shine, you little German bitch.
That'll be fun to try.
I shout in from the next room. I was all for letting you finish, big boy.
Kind of looks at you. She couldn't handle me anyway. I'd break her. So, you have me... Ivanka, stay there. You leave the girl alone.
I recognize her, so let's go. Move out.
Okay, he walked out of his building.
I wait for a deserter as well. It's funny that, isn't it?
What is this about? You Americans, and you lead this German whore. Do you talking for you Englishmen? It is right what they say about the English. Pussies, cowards.
I can shoot him if you want.
Well, we don't know anything yet.
Yeah.
What is this about?
So
It's about your Russian friends shelling the town, you prick. What do you think it's about?
exactly.
I have no Russian friends.
Oh, that's right. You are a deserter.
I left military service and I work for Casper. He will vouch for me. I have done nothing wrong.
And you're certain you haven't called in a shelling strike on the town recently?
I heard a big bang, but I didn't
Have
pay
anything to
much
do with that?
attention.
I'm going to look at the woman when he says
Right.
that. After Rick says that, I want to see what her reaction is.
Yeah, she's kind of got the sheet up over her mouth, covering herself, and she is terrified of you. She looks scared. You know, someone's come in. Two guys and a woman have come in with guns, and yeah, she's only. I mean, you do recognize her from the first night you were here. She was in the bar. She was one of the girls.
Yeah, she was the clean one that the doctor informed me about.
Yeah.
Casper's mum.
Okay, so yeah, she is terrified. She's huddled right up to the headboard, covered herself up. So, what happens now? You, America, want to fight me, or does this German whore want to shoot me? What about you, Englishman? What do you want to do?
If
To see you shove
do
that.
you have any idea? Hang on. Do you have any idea who in town might have called in a strike?
The KGB, the Russians, the Poles.
No,
The
I understand
Americans?
that. What I'm saying is, do you personally know of anyone in town who you might be able to point us towards as being responsible for this? Because everyone seems to think it's you.
The only person I know that has contacts with the Russians is Casper. He deals with the Russians, he deals with the Americans. He does not deal with the British. There's not many Englishmen around here.
Would he
I think the
call
Russians
in a strike
killed him.
if it were beneficial for him financially?
He is in it for the money, but he cares for this town. I doubt he would want any damage to this town.
Parker, I think we should take him back and
How do we know
start
that
this
it
out with Casper.
wasn't you? After all, before you
what-
came, things were
What would
peaceful
we
here.
have to gain for that?
I don't know. You could be after Casper's stock. He has a considerable amount of equipment stored away.
Ridiculous. You know why we're here, so that our captain can be, hopefully survive.
For all I know, you could have been the one that shot her. You could be deserters too.
That's fair. You're right. We could be.
And yet you come into my home, you disturb me in my pleasure time.
Well, let's
And you
be
put-
honest. I didn't do that. That was her.
You-
So, you want to take something up with her, that's on you. But, I thank you for your time.
If I were you, I'd be more concerned with this German whore. Where did she come from? Why is she here?
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not.
There's no German forces within 70, 80 kilometers of here.
Parker,
So-
I think we should take him back to Casper and let's sort it out with him.
No, what is
Very
Casper
minimum.
gonna do? He's
The
going to
very
say,
minimum, if we keep him with us, then we know it's not.
I don't see any indication that he was the one who called in the strike, so I don't see the point of taking him away from his, as he says, pleasure time. So if you want to bring him back to Casper, that's on you. And I walk out again. Like, this is not, it's not him, so it's somebody else.
Oh, Parker.
It's command decision time, I think.
Yeah.
What's it to be, Lieutenant Parker?
The fuck it, you coming with us?
Fine. Lead on. I have nothing to hide.
No, you know the way to Casper's. We'll follow you. How about that?
Of course. Meanwhile, Doddy. Yes, you've kind of got the wheel on. That's okay. Let's have another tech roll from you, please, to see if you can rig up some way of getting the Humvee up using a pulley or something, the winch that's on the Humvee, and give yourself a +1 bonus for having all the materials that you need potentially around you.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you set something up and you can see, the Humvee is starting to right itself. You can see there's a bit of commotion waving at you from the building. You can see Casper walks over. Kind of nods.
I'm using
Jeez.
I'm using a winch and I've got so whatever it is working very well. And it's slowly kind of it's creaking over.
Englishman, you are going to do the bomb? Yes? I get people to help you with your vehicle. Hey! Clicks his fingers and he calls over a couple. And they kind of look at you as if, we can help.
Aye, well, if you just go into that corner over there and just give it a wee bit push from behind, that'll do fine.
He kind of translates to Polish and they kind of go over to the corner and they start helping and start assisting you and making sure that it doesn't overbalance. And after a few minutes, you kind of feel the Humvee kind of drops onto its wheels. You kind of look and you can see the canvas back is pretty much shredded. You're not going to get a lot of rain protection in there now. But looks like most of the kit is intact. There's a little bit of spilled alcohol fuel on the end of the Hummer, and you can see the damaged jerry can is leaked.
I'm imagining we're on a bit of a slope, ever so slightly leading down. So I'm just going to jump in. Obviously, I've sorted out the fuel at the back to make sure it's not going to just follow us down. I'll leave the broken cans at the side, and I just let the handbrake off and roll it. 10 meters away from the fuel that's been spilled on the ground, just out of caution, and away from the bomb as well, just because I don't want to.
Easy to do, yeah. You kind of roll it away. You start the engine.
No, just let it roll with the brakes.
Yeah, you let it roll, and the brakes are working. Yeah. There's a few, where the back area is. There is now more damage to the side as well. It is basically a flatbed Jeep with a metal structure over it and a canvas top. It's pretty much shredded. You're going to need to find something to replace it or do something to replace it because it's not going to protect you if the weather goes bad. But it's July, so you should be okay, and hopefully you'll be well out of the way of Poland before autumn and winter really.
That's the plan. I'll tell you. I'll deal with that all later. Apparently, there's a bomb that needs to be fixed.
Yes.
So I've gone into the back and I'll root about for all the stuff that's there and I'll pick out all my things. And I'll grab them.
Okay.
Get my hand on them and just give them, Paul, get everything I need, at least.
He's kind of looking at you as if he's trying to understand what you're kind of saying as you're kind of talking almost to yourself as you do it.
Yeah.
And he kind of points, yes. Okay, right. Can you?
Now, so I'm standing there.
Yep.
What am I making?
He kind of points. It is up there. Make a mobility roll to climb up, please. Okay, yeah, you kind of slip and slide and kind of get back down. You need rope? You need pulling up?
Well, I've got all my gear.
See the
difficult.
old fireman kind of, he's on the roll, reaches a hand out. And, go on, make another roll.
Is that old fireman still like pumping his little?
Oh no, he's got someone else pumping it now. He's actually on the rubble with it. Okay, yeah, with a bit of a pull up from the old granddad. That's a nice. It looks like the gold helmet has been nicely shined recently. He kind of pulls you up. He kind of points, and you can see this, large shell, and it is definitely a big one.
Dodd's a big guy, okay. and so he's like a hulky guy, and he's got stuff in both his hands and on his backpack, and he's trying to get up this rope, and he gets there, and he just looks down at it, and he's got a head torch, probably, I don't know, or a lantern, and whatever it is, his light source anyway, and he puts that on, and he lays it down on the ground, and when he bends down, it's like an effort. He's a big guy, so he just kind of like that, and he's just looking at this thing. And he says to himself, "Oh, for fuck's sake, man!" And he just sighs, and he turns round to everybody that's behind him and says, "Look, you're all gonna have to stand back a bit. You can't stay there."
Okay. You can see the old geezer kind of looks at you.
Just go and fuck off.
You see, Casper shouts something, and everyone starts to clear out. Now, this shell is freaking huge. They are. It's embedded quite deeply in, but it's kind of this.
Yeah.
It's a big beast.
He's seen it. He knows it. He knows the score. He knows how badly it can go wrong. He knows what he has to do. This is what he was trained for as a combat engineer. This is how this is what he's done. He's spent time. And he just stops for a minute, closes his eyes, pictures home, the rolling hills of the borders. And
that's not inspiring with confidence, by the way.
And then just kneels down next to it on the rubble in the light, and he begins to perform the maintenance upon this particular shell that is going to expose the bits that he needs to disconnect in order to disarm.
Okay. Make your combat engineer roll. You get your tech roll. You get +1 for combat engineer.
+1 for combat engineer. Here we go.
I got my fingers crossed.
I got a 9.
You managed to not blow yourself up.
I'm glad you got that 9. Okay.
0 was bad.
Sweat kind of just beads down you, kind of almost click, and you there, and you guys come out with Boris into the town square. You can see everyone seems to have cleared away from the ruined building. Dolly, the distraction of the woman's body under the rocks is quite a distraction, but you're keeping your cool. You can see the Humvee is up on its wheels. The back is all shredded, and you can see Dolly kind of hunched over something there. Rick, you went up there. He's right by the shell, and you can see down there's a couple of poles talking. They're kind of, one's holding up an ammo clip, and the other one's kind of holds up a knife and kind of holds up a pistol. And it kind of looks like they're betting on whether he's going to do it or not. And you can see it's kind of, you kind of almost kind of stopped there. You can see Casper there, kind of a little bit of bead of sweat coming down. Your man, he has been up there 10 minutes.
He's fine.
What are you doing with Boris? Boris, what is this?
I don't know. Felt like bringing him.
Seem to think I speak with the Russians, boss. And do you really believe that he is still KGB? What are you doing, Boris?
I just talked to you like 20 minutes ago, and you didn't seem too convinced that he wasn't.
Yeah.
You told me where his place was.
Well, you wanted to go see him. Maybe you
I
wanted
told
to
you why
him.
I was going to see him.
I don't think he's KGB still. He's been a loyal friend. Kind of turns and looks at me.
It's funny, though, because he said that the only other person in town who might have contact with the Russians is you.
I deal with Russians? Yes. I deal with Americans.
No, I understand that. It's kind of funny, though, that like they're firing on you if you're in contact with them, though.
I don't radio them. I have no radio contact, but if I am on the road, people know that I am a helpful man. I got your rocket launcher so you could blow up their little tank, and you did.
Actually,
just stops and looks. Yes.
Out of interest, we've got one of their radios, right?
You have got you've got two Russian handheld radios.
I don't know about this shit. They couldn't be using those, could they?
Got a range of about 5 kilometers.
Yeah, but could they couldn't be using those to kind of like a range finding thing? Could they?
No.
No, that's not long enough. If we think they're firing from Calais.
Yeah. If there's a big transmitter, they could receive a message. If the signal was strong enough, but they couldn't transmit any more than about 5 kilometers. The battery pack is just not there for it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we don't know that they're firing from Calais, though, right?
Well, yeah, that's true. It's an assumption.
We know that reinforcements were coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. We know that reinforcements were coming.
The map you've got, the map that is on the screen now, that is the status of forces now 24 hours ago. These were where the forces were when you broke up. So Calais is there, and I've moved the token for the 5th, which is what was the Calais. Oh, no, sorry, that's the 1st Cavalry Division. So that's where the 1st Cavalry Division is, or what's left of them. Calais is where the Russian forces are. There are Russian forces in Lodz and Ostrkow. There is probably some there were some US forces, further east, closer to. They were the ones that pushed through the furthest on the offensive. And there's German forces north of Lodz. The Calais forces are what? 10, 20, they're 30, 35 kilometers away.
Right.
They're possibly closest, although the Lodz forces are what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 kilometers around. So those are the two forces.
It looked to me like Russian ordnance, but who's to say who got a hold of, artillery?
The shell,
the way things are right now.
Well, the shell is definitely Russian, but people. There's American troops that are riding horses. There's American troops that are using Russian weapons because there's more Russian ammunition than there is NATO ammunition because it's a closer supply line. Anyone could have fired them, but the closest forces are either Calais or Ostrkow, which is 10, 20, 30, 40 kilometers away.
Also, is it strange to anyone else that in all this time there hasn't been another salvo?
It's probably been about 20 minutes, hasn't it? 20 minutes, half an hour?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, they were firing for a fact. There would have been more salvos by now.
But could be they were warning the place if they didn't want to. Yeah. The thing with artillery is so imprecise. Without a dedicated spotter, or maybe the spotter has gone dark. You know, it's so random.
We know that they don't want to kill this doctor either, as well, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I guess they'd be careful.
Could have been a scare tactic.
Right, yeah. You can now hear a vehicle. A heavy vehicle, not a tank. Sounds like a truck. See Casper. Oh shit! My truck is here. You see the truck kind of comes by, and it kind of is by the alleyway where the bomb is. Okay, you just see Doddy kind of drop something, and kind of you hear something ting on metal. And Doddy, you kind of just you finished that, and you've kind of taken the panel off. You kind of just take the little. The panel you've cut open to get into the mechanism, it just kind of drops onto the stonework where you are, and you cut that final wire. You pull out the detonator from the shell itself. Looks like the impact detonator just didn't go off, but yeah, you have made it safe. It is now inert. It will not explode now unless someone sticks some C4 or a grenade on it, and then it will just destroy the shell rather than exploding it.
Aye, well, that'll do it then.
You kind of stand up and
Yeah, no, Doddy just.
As you kind of look around, you can see everyone is stood there and it's kind of watching you. It's maybe 30, 40 people.
Big guy just sorts out his tools, puts them back in the bags, picks them up, and just begins to make his way down carefully to the street.
Yep, you make your way down, and you see Casper. Did he do it? He's not running. Is it safe? Englishman, is it safe?
I would say it's safe. He hasn't blown up, so.
Yeah, it is safe. Yes. And you can hear there's a few cheers and claps, and people now start rushing towards the stonework and start moving bits of stone to try and get access to anyone that is there. And you can see they start moving bits to try and recover the bodies of the. You see this dodgy-old Polish truck kind of comes past it. You see a guy sat behind it. You can see another guy on the passenger side with an AK, and you can see there's a roof hatch in the cab, and there's another guy kind of leaning out. You see Casper. Over there! Move over there! Away! Over there! You see the vehicle kind of drives your medical supplies.
Well, and make sure the doctor gets whatever he needs for the captain.
Come with me. We will get what you need. You needed antibiotics, penicillin, or something, and yes, and
the doctor will know.
Okay, the doctor is at the moment identifying and making sure that the people they bring out of the roads, and looking at it, there's about. So far, they've managed to recover the old woman's body. You can see there's probably 4 other people that have some sort of canvas over them or blanket over them that have been pulled out of the building from around, because it was not just one house. It was a larger building block, and bringing out. See, they're starting to bring out more people as they find them and start digging through them. They kind of light some more fires because it is dark, and everyone has silence, and they're all kind of being quiet and trying to listen to see if there's any survivors.
At that point of silence, you hear Dod's walked over and he's sticking all his stuff back in the truck and sorting it out, and then you just hear him try and turn over the engine.
Okay, yeah, the engine kind of roars and grumbles to life with the alcohol fuel, not doing it a world of good. Yeah, pretty certain this may need some maintenance soon on the engine, but you'll worry about that later.
And then I go and find Mr. Parker.
Okay, you guys are moving, I guess. What are you doing with Boris? Is Angelique, are you watching Boris? Casper's kind of ignored you, and he's kind of gone over to the truck, saying, "We'll get your supplies." Yes, you see Boris is just there, arms crossed.
Parker, I think we should hang on to both of these jokers until we're headed out of town.
You're probably right. I think you're probably right.
If you want, I can take him into the bar and guard him if you want.
I give her a quizzical glance.
So Boris kind of stood there. Kind of goes to you, Angelique. You want some of this? You want me alone? Yes? You want to feel a real Russian man? I
Something like
understand.
that.
Yeah. Do you know one?
He kind of turns to you, Parker. As you can watch. You may learn something. I do not mind. I perform good. I give her a good time. Make her scream.
What, in disappointment, I imagine. And I look at Dodd as he's coming across, and I kind of look back at the truck. I look up at the ruined building. I just stick my hand on his shoulder and I go, "Dodd, you're a bloody marvel. You know that."
Aye. Well, Mr. Parker, if I may, I didn't fancy staying in this town any longer. There's some funny business going on. And I look around to see if anybody's nearby that could overhear what I'm about to say.
Not really. They're all kind of the majority of the civilians that are here are looking at the building, and you can see Casper is gone over with a doctor towards the truck, and they seem to be unloading some supplies. Boris is here with Angelica. He's the only one that could have a chance of overhearing. Rick's here as well.
Casper said, no, the policeman, Kimsky, said that they found a lassie stripped. They never mentioned that they found a Russian stripped. Mm-hmm. Somebody's cleaned up that scene and they planted a knife. Somebody in this town wants us out of it, eh? I'm inclined to agree that we probably should be. And I didn't fancy having to do another one of those. My luck's not going to hold out forever.
I look around. There's a lot of people out on the street. Is that policeman around?
Make a recon roll. Yes. You see him.
Okay.
He's over the far side, near the damaged building where they're trying to recover the bodies, but he's not kind of focused on that. He's kind of looking in the direction of the group. So he sees, Rick, you, Doddy, Angelica, and Boris. And his hand's just on his chin. He just seems to be looking as if he's trying to make 3 + 2 = 4 instead of 5. Knowing, it's almost like he's looking and there's something going on here that I'm missing a little piece of it, and I can't, it's just it. And he's there, just kind of watching you. And he sees you kind of glance over, and he just kind of turns and points at a piece of rubble that is just a minor small bit, and someone starts going to move it. And his head looks at you, and he kind of tips his ear as if he's listening to anything that's coming from the damaged and destroyed building. But he's kind of leaning and he's looking at you as he's listening, and he's just kind of copping his ear and seeing if he can. Maybe he's trying to hide that he's watching you, but not doing a very good job at it. He's no Sherlock Holmes.
He could just be a creeper who's into one of us, but I don't think that's it.
Well, you've got Angelica there. She's in a kilt. Maybe he's looking at Angelica. She's drawing a bit of attention.
It's not likely to be one that's kind of trying to set us up, or.
So if someone cleaned up our little picnic area from earlier, stands to reason that person also called in the strike.
That's what I was thinking too.
Can you make another little actually make one of you to make a recon roll with a +1. You've moved away from Boris to have this little conversation. Yeah, just make it with a +1 bonus.
I have no recon. Whoever's got recon.
I do have recon at B. I don't mind having a crack.
Go for it.
With a +1.
You get a +1, so you'll effectively be rolling a D10 and a D12. So yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Oh, 1 success.
Okay, nice. Okay, you can see that although you're out of earshot of Boris, he does seem to be trying to again cock his ear to listen at what you're doing. Whether he can actually hear, it's unlikely. But he's trying to kind of sidle again to listen to this conversation. Maybe your strange English accent is confusing him. You see the doctor now coming away. I have it. He shouts at the nurse that's got the door open, and he shouts in Polish, "Operating theatre, prepare!" And he starts jogging over to there. And you can see Jake is in the doorway, and he kind of points at Jake and hands him a smock. And they kind of just go in, and you can see they're starting to wash hands and clean up as such.
Okay, I don't know whoever's... but when I see this reaction from Boris, I want to kind of nudge whoever's standing next to me and kind of point in his direction.
Yeah, probably Angelica.
Suspiciously, yeah.
Yeah, because she will be keeping an eye on him anyway.
Yeah.
And I was going to whack him in the gut with my rifle, but...
yeah.
Okay, you want to whack him in the gut with your rifle, Bar? You're going to do that? Okay.
Really do.
Right. Let's have a look. Oh dear. Okay, make an unarmed strike. So on your gear section, you've got an unarmed attack above your PSG1. So that's a melee attack.
Okay,
Add a +1 because you're going to have an improvised weapon. We'll just work it on that.
Pardon me.
Get the attack here. Okay, yep, got it.
Yeah, clear the attack and just add a +1.
+1, got it. Okay, yep.
Wow. Well, you did hit him in the gut.
Maybe a little lower than the gut. I don't know.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. He must have been bending down or something. Right. I am going to make a little roll to see if he can.
He just killed his entire family.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Wow. Fucking hell. I rolled 2 2s. Gee, he's got bloody good close combat skills.
He didn't expect that.
Yeah, he was not expecting that. You slammed the rifle.
He was stretching. He was stretching.
Yeah, and
he was out of position.
You miss his gut. And you do 3 points of damage to him. It's almost like head shots and head damage and head trauma is the way to go, because you kind of hit him on the side. He goes down. He doesn't go unconscious, but that knocks him to the ground. And he kind of, and you can see his and the anger in his eyes, and he is just, he's staring at you, and it's like daggers coming out of his eyes as he looks at Angelica. Bitch.
I think you might have offended her,
You can go again.
You going again?
I think she was offering him out. I'm not sure. Yeah.
You can see he starts getting up, and he kind of just takes the blood from his head. It's good. Russian blood makes you strong. And it's almost, he's now ignoring everything else, and he is just watching you. staring you down. Okay, what are you doing with him?
I'm just staring him down too.
Okay, so it's got two. Yeah, you don't look as terrifying as he looks. You know, he's really husking up that masculinity that allegedly he has. Okay, Parker, Doddy, Rick, what are you guys doing? The doctor's gone in now, and you know Jake's in there. Looks like Jake is going to be assisting. What are your plans while they complete the operation?
Ideally, we want to find out who this spotter is, if there is one.
Well, I think the only one qualified to do that is you, Lieutenant, because I don't know if you've seen me, but I'm not really that good at sneaking around.
What are you going to do with Boris? See, Casper's kind of gone and he's directing the truck. Yeah. You can see they're unloading some good stuff. Doddy, can you make a tech roll, please? Okay, that's fine, yeah. They're unloading some sort of machinery. It looks like what you would, a still. Maybe used to make alcohol fuel.
Ooh.
It's about this sort of big. There's three of them unloading it, and you can see Casper kind of looking at it, and he kind of shrugs, and yeah, it kind of looks like a still. You've had to use a bigger one than this, but this looks like won't produce much, but it will produce some fuel if you've got the right materials in it. And Angelica, you're kind of still staring down Boris.
Seeing what he's gonna do. If he makes a move, he's going.
Oh, he's not making a move. He is just. He's keeping his eyes on you. He's watching for you to go at him. He's readying himself to defend himself against any unwarranted attacks. You can see Casper kind of comes over to you. I gave the doctor. He has the stuff. Oh, what are you doing with Boris now? I think you need to let him go.
Why do you think that?
He answer your questions?
How well you know him? And I'm pointing directly at that policeman.
He has been in the town a long time. He is a youngster. His father was a policeman before he got sent away to war.
I wanted that guy to see me pointing at him as well.
All right, okay, yeah. Well, you can see he's still watching. He is trying to find out about the girl's murder. Do you know anything about it? I'm sure you would have cooperated with him, but is there something you did not tell him?
I think we're being set up, Casper.
Set up? By who?
I don't bloody know, do I? That's why I was asking about him.
Why set up? What did... he said to me they found a knife, but he did not show me the knife.
He said it was an American knife.
An American knife? It's true, there aren't many American knives around here.
Where would he have got one from, I wonder?
Well, he must have picked it up. I mean, Americans did come through here during the advance. It was... kind of things. There was some... I'm trying to think. They had a badge with a 1 on it. They were...
So that might not mean much to... But it might mean something to Jake or Kobe or Rick.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I mean, if Rick's in here, he may have heard that.
Yeah, it like doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm sure Rick would have some idea.
There was a yellow badge. There was a one above it, a black stripe, and a horse's head on it.
First,
he's trying to tell us about the first air cav, American paratroopers.
Yeah, and
I'm going to give another quizzical look at Angelique.
yes, the first cavalry division.
First air cav. Okay.
Now you remember the intelligence map that you had, Parker. There was a cavalry division fairly near. During the attack, it was a supporting division, the first cavalry division. I think the last reported position was down south of Lodz. So down, that's where they were.
Okay.
So, they were the north of Calais, and then the Russians came this way. So they came through Lodz and through here. So what the cavalry division were doing, because they kind of came through, looks like they came, according to him, they came through Turek, but they ended up down here when the advance got split. But
so that would
shit happened,
right?
some time ago.
Yeah, it would have been like yesterday.
No.
Okay.
But yes, we had Americans. They did not stay. They came through. There was they had little tanks, not many. I saw 2 little tanks, not big tanks, not how do you call it? The new Abrams or M60s. It was not them. It was
like an APC.
Yes, American equivalent of like a BMD, like a Soviet personnel carrier, armored personnel carrier. Yes, they had 2 of them had guns on and boxes on the side.
I kind of get the feeling he's honest here, right?
You're not detecting anything that is, but they kind of came through. That was a long time ago. They sent scout elements into the town. I met with an American captain and we talked. They just said they were passing through, intending on taking on the Russians. I know nothing more than that, but yes. So, and then you came in. Did any of you drop a knife?
I got mine. I don't know if Kobe has his.
I do not know. This man, he is not an expert. He is doing his best to try and uphold the law. You know, in a place where we have enemies all around us. Let us be honest. No offense, but the Russians are here. The Americans are here. They are fighting on our lands.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Casper, I think you have at least one more active Russian in town who is actively working against you and your operation here. I don't know who it is, but they're here.
I was hoping that maybe you might have a clue.
I do not know.
And if it's not Boris, and it's not you, no offense, you need to keep an eye on your people.
Yes. Thank you. I shall call you friends. Thank you, friends. I hope your officer survives the surgery. Would you come and have a drink? I have some vodka that I would be happy to share a shot with you. You have done the town a service. This man, he kind of points to Dottie. He's a good man. He has saved people here today. Thank you. Some say that war brings such devastation and death and destruction, but there are some that bring hope, and you have brought a little bit of hope. I thank you for that. Please, come to the bar. If you do not think that Boris is the one, then I will keep an eye on him. But I'd be wary if you intend on trying to kill him. He has friends here.
Russian friends by any chance?
He has fought to save this town, to protect the town. I do not want to know what people have done. They show loyalty with actions, as you have done. Your friend, your man here, he went and he stared down the face of the devil. Is that whatever it was, shell or bomb? He put his life at risk for the people here. Boris has done that as well. All I can do is keep an eye on him and be wary of him. But if you have no proof that he is done, I would keep your friend away from him. And Boris has a temper. I cannot...
I think she might have one as well.
Right?
Look, I take it that you, when your officer is safe to travel, you'll be heading on, yes?
Yes.
Do not tell Boris which way you're going. He has a...
I'll make sure and have a few drinks with him and make sure he's passed out before we leave.
Trust me, I think Boris would drink you under the table, and he did drink.
Didn't say I was going to be drinking.
Look, I will keep an eye on him for you, but you have to decide what you're going to do. If you intend on killing him, you need to take him out of town to do it. He has friends here.
Then we're concerned on who has friends outside of town. I'm gonna go to the doctor's office.
Drink, young lady, Lieutenant, and yes, this man he gets 2 drinks. He's a hero. What is your name, Englishman? Kind of looks at you, Dottie.
Tell you what, I'll only take a drink from you if you get my nationality right. I'm a Scotsman. I'm not an Englishman.
Scotland!
Aye.
I went there. The skirts. The skirts.
Aye. Kilts.
I saw them.
Like
Kilts.
what Angelica's wearing
Yes.
there. I meant to ask her about
Kilts.
that actually, where she got that.
I have a question for you. When I was in Scotland, in Edinburgh...
Wait. Right, Casper, get the drinks and we'll have this conversation.
Yes. I saw one of your films. It was something... They had kilts on. And the natives were rushing. They were... I do not know who they were. But they stood there and they lifted their kilts up. And they kind of run away. Khyber, up the Khyber.
Carry on up the Khyber.
I do not know. It is It was in the. It was on the television, and
Casper,
I don't understand.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know what's worn under the kilt?
Well, they had. The film. The
nothing, Casper. It's all in perfect working order.
Why? As he walks with you to the bar, why nothing under there? Does it not get cold? It shrivel up. Yes? I do not understand.
No.
I thought it was an Englishman thing, but you are a Scotsman.
Listen, the last thing you want is sweaty bollocks. And you'll get sweaty bollocks if you wear your shorts underneath your kilt. Trust me, you need the air circulating.
Sweaty. I understand. You keep them fresh in the breeze.
Aye.
Chilly.
That's just comfortable. Listen.
Not impede you when you are with the ladies.
Ha ha ha. That's good access, that is. Didn't worry about it. Now, where's that drink?
See? I want a kilt! He kind of leads you off towards the bar. Vodka! We get vodkas! A double for my friend, the Scotsman! And one for the Englishman and one for the American. Oh no, he's gone. The German lady. I have no schnapps, I'm afraid. I have no schnapps. Vodka is what I have. It is pretty good. I stole it from a Russian officer. What are you doing with Boris as he's trying to lead you away? Boris has got his arms crossed. He didn't hear the conversation, but he's got his arms crossed. Are you letting him go? That's the question.
I think that's up to Angelica, isn't it?
You muted?
And keep an eye on both of these jokers, Parker. Surgery's over and we can get out of here. Let's go drink with them.
Ooh.
Okay. You guys head off, and Dottie, you are given a nice double, a generous double of vodka. And he puts vodka down for all of you. You can see walking in as you're sat down drinking, you can see a fully clothed Ivanka walking into the bar. She just kind of looks at Boris as she goes past and kind of looks at you, and there's almost like a slight fear to her as she kind of moves away. Right, Rick. She will live. The infection will be treated. The bullet we have extracted, it has severed her spine. She will not walk again, but she will live. Perhaps you can tell the Englishman, the officer, Parker. I have to get back in now and help your friend. Your friend is a good assistant. He has helped. You stitch her up. You should consider leaving her here. Once I have cleaned and done her wounds, she will not be ready to travel for several weeks. But they will look after her. Maybe you can talk to Casper. Come back for her, maybe. And it is still, yes. And your friend, he is unconscious, but okay. He can move tomorrow morning. Okay. He needs some rest. And you look like shit. You need rest too. Okay? Make sure you get some sleep, all of you.
We might.
Be no use to anyone. I have to get back in there. Thank you. And
so I go over to the bar.
Okay, yeah, the vodka is flowing. Are you guys enjoying the vodka, taking it slowly?
I think I'm taking it slowly.
Did Dottie down it, or did he? Is he a sort of down the spirits man?
He's enjoying it. A wee bit. But he looks at who's in just now. Rick and
Rick is. You see, Rick is coming across. Angelica, Parker, Boris is sat down at the table, next table, and Casper's here as well.
I say to Rick and Parker, I was like, "Who's that over there?" And I point at Ivanka.
Casper's there as well.
A side piece.
She is a working girl here.
Yep.
You want to try her? She is pretty good, I'm told.
I've been told you might not want to. Boris can have her.
Yes. You know,
I was more thinking about accounting for her movements rather than making her move, but what's she doing? Where has she been?
Well, she was with Boris when we found him.
Ah, right.
And they went off together.
she was not.
Casper earlier.
She was working earlier this evening in the bar, but she finished her work time, went off.
Well, who knows, eh? Somebody in this town's out to get us.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, she is like you, a traveler. She is Czech. Czechoslovakian. We take all sorts here. Anyway, to my new friends, thank you for helping us.
Cheers.
When do you think you will be leaving?
Well, that brings up an interesting conversation. So I just heard from the doctor, the captain's not going to walk again. She'll survive.
It is unfortunate for her. It is not easy in this world not to be able to move.
Well, Doc seems to think that your folk might be willing to take care of her. You just said you take all kinds.
She will need time to heal, yes?
Yes.
I will protect her. And when my convoy next goes towards where the Americans or the German lines are, I will make sure she is transported to friendly forces. That is what I will do for you because of this man. And he points at Doddy, the savior of us. You have saved many people today. I owe you this. I will make sure she gets to your people. I give you my word.
Don't be fooled. She might not be able to walk, but her medical skills rival that of your doctor.
Well, we shall see. I take it she will not be conscious for a while. Are you going to leave her a note or anything?
I guess something. I'll figure that out before we roll out.
I will fill up your vehicle. I will top the tanks up so that it is full for you.
Nah, keep your fuel. We appreciate it, but we'll be okay.
I appreciate that, my friends. I appreciate it. And I will keep an eye on him for you.
I'll lean over and say, well, we are down one. We lost some fuel when it rolled, unfortunately. I had to get rid of one of the canisters.
Oh, well,
I will top your tanks up for you. It is the least I can do.
Aye.
I kind of.
I was gonna say, like, I already told the man, don't worry about it. Like, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, Donnie's just like, Donnie just looks at you as if like you just die. He looks at you and goes,
"Well, I didn't know."
Yeah, exactly. Donnie's just like, aye, well, thanks.
You see, Casper gets up, goes over to the bar, and he brings another bottle of vodka. Puts it on the table. And Doddy, my Scotsman friend, my man of kilts, my up the Khyber answerer. This is yours. Russian vodka.
Hey,
it is good stuff. Drink it. Take it.
This'll fuel the Humvee. Kind of laughs.
It will fuel many things, yes. And I would not waste it on your vehicle.
No, didn't worry.
Drink it. You keep it safe.
Thanks for the fuel, Casper. Appreciate that.
I will have it done. When do you feel like you'll be leaving? You look like shit, by the way. I can give you beds for the night.
Michaels will be able to roll out tomorrow, Doc says.
Okay. Right, well, it is. He looks up into the sky. It is well past midnight. You are welcome to sleep. I have a basement, or you could probably sleep over the doctors. You need rest. You have been in combat. I suggest you take a few hours of rest and sleep.
I'll stay watch. I took the last rest. You guys get some sleep.
Okay, well, you want to sleep in my basement, or you want to go over to the doctor's?
I'm going to go to the doctor. I'll go into the hospital.
Okay, well, it is time for me to close up. It has been a pleasure, gentlemen. My Englishman, my Scotsman, my German, and my American friend. It is almost like a joke. An Englishman, a Scotsman, a German, and it seems not English and Scot. I do not know.
It's a good joke, Casper. I'm sure you'll come up with the punchline.
I will send out some boys to keep a watch on the area outside of town. If the Russians are coming,
walk around inside town too. Just saying.
I will let you know. Okay, go rest, my friends. You head over to the doctors and settle down in the waiting room.
As we're walking back, though, I just kind of hang back and grab Parker.
Grab Parker, did you say?
Just grab Parker kind of off, at the back, and Parker, I can't let the doctor stay here if he doesn't come with us.
And I think, Parker's been a bit distracted since hearing the news about the captain. He's not been smiling since he's heard that. And I kind of look around at Angelica and what do you mean? What are you talking about?
I can't let him stay here.
Want him to come with us?
Need him to come with us.
Well, we need him to look after the captain.
No, I can't let him stay here. Heard his story.
Why don't you tell me the whole story, eh?
With that, go to the hospital. And yes, somewhere we find a quiet place.
Okay, right.
Yes. You hear the full story.
All right. Do you want to save that for another time?
Yep. We'll catch up with you. I'll work with Strand to see how we're going to do that.
Okay, sure.
I think, and we will leave it there in the ruins of Turek. Good deeds have been done. Secrets unearthed. And you've survived. And doing good in this shitty time of war. Thank you very much, gentlemen.